Hey, this is your Olympic hero, Kurt Angle. And I want to give a huge shout out to Daryl and Werner of the wrestling podcast Covalent TV. These guys work extremely hard and give an honest review. It's the second best podcast in the world, second to the Kurt Angle Show. Oh, it's true. It's damn true.
Hey Daryl, hey Warner, this is Thick Mama Pump, Jordan Grace, coming at you through a Snapchat filter because honestly, it's just easier this way for me, for you, and definitely for my self-esteem because I don't feel like putting on makeup right now, and you know how it is. But I heard you guys do a wrestling if I can talk today, podcast called I'm gonna say this right, hopefully. Covalent, fingers crossed, that's how you say it, because I think I would normally pronounce it Covalent, but Covalent Wrestling Podcast. So I hope that is awesome. I hope you guys get, a bazillion views on it or listens or however podcasts work, because everybody does them on Zoom nowadays. But talk to you later. Bye.
What's up, Daryl and Warner? This is the Swolverine, the F Machine, Mr. GMSI himself, Brian Cage. I mean, who better? You already know the answer to that question. And if you don't, that is nobody. Giving you guys a shout out on your podcast, Covalent. And I appreciate you guys being big fans, big supporters, and the best is yet to come. All right, guys, take care.
My fault. They saying they can't hear us. Okay, we good. We good. We should be good
Uh-oh.
now. Sorry about that, y'all. I am out here in Phoenix. Just got back. I said, we got the mood lighting. I'm gonna do the quiet storm show. Tonight on this show, we're gonna talk about Double or Nothing.
In the
But is
land
it
of the
Double or
desert.
Nothing? Hold on, wait, but is it Double or Nothing with or without your clothes? Who knows? Tune into the quiet storm. It is what it is. But yeah, man, I had to skip the lead in, man. That was an accident too, by the way. But we are here. I just left the media scrum. We got a lot to talk about, beautiful people. Again, sorry for any lag, sorry for any audio issues. We're going to work through this together as a unit. Let me know if the audio is good. If we have any problems, let me know. This is the mobile setup for Covalent TV. So I got to go ahead and say that straight away. You understand what I'm saying to you? But, since we are here, and I know what y'all here for, I know exactly what y'all want. Y'all been waiting, y'all been up late, and we appreciate every single one of y'all. So that means, welcome to your Double or Nothing 2025 live review. This your boy, Mr. Starks, and
Big Dub.
what the fuck is happening to all the people up on the late night creep, on the quiet storm? Your girlfriend is in my backyard cooking ribs.
And it's Monday morning.
But she was really making pork rinds. Man. Yes, live from the desert, man. Live from home of the beautiful white women's and all of the traditional, cute
Yes.
Latinas out here too. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
They out here rocking out heavy, and I appreciate all of the love. You know what I'm saying? Not a little bit of it, all of it. Understand what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? But yeah, I see y'all. I got a chance to meet one of our viewers today, Elise, one of our longtime viewers. She's been watching since like what, year two?
At
So yeah,
least.
salute to meeting Elise and her daughter who had great skin, but she was too shy. You know what I'm saying?
Oh well. Mm.
I had to tell Elise, touch me. That's a true story, Elise. Elise will tell you. I'll be telling y'all like how I am on the show is how I am in real life, but just turned down a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Gotta have a big personality for the show, but then be cool, calm, and collected in person. Can't fuck around too much. But man,
Yeah.
how is everybody doing in the house tonight? Like gang, comment gang, share gang, donation gang, all of the Truth Seekers. Go ahead and do a Truth Seekers roll call in the comment section. Get it popping. All right. I'm running on like 3.5 hours sleep. So y'all got to make this a worthwhile show because I want it to be a good one for y'all because we can't be here for a long time because I have to catch my flight out of here and I don't want to leave so early because I love Phoenix. But, got to get back to the homeland.
Mm-hmm.
And y'all still better respect my quiet storm lighting right now. I'm on the road, so I'm working with what I got. You know? Even a little camera lag so you can see the beard moving. All right, man. All right. Enough fucking around, guys. I'm gonna get into pregame thoughts. Y'all know we abandoned the format for pay-per-view, so I'm just gonna get straight into my pregame thoughts for tonight's show. Now, guys, being in the building, it is a very beautiful building. What is it called again?
The
God damn, I'm so tired.
Diamond something
Desert
arena.
Diamond Arena. Yes,
Yeah,
Desert
Desert
Diamond
Diamond
Arena.
Arena.
Yes, indeed. It was a beautiful, beautiful arena. All of the staff was very helpful, very nice. Yeah, man, I love what Phoenix got going on here. They got like a little fake ass technological Bourbon Street thing popping off right next to the arena. It was a sugar factory
Ooh,
with some bars.
there we go.
I saw a book. I didn't read it. I went
No,
straight to the arena. Yep, we don't read books around here.
no.
You know what I'm saying? One's in the chat for stupidity. Four, 4 + 4 = 10s in the chats for stupidity. Let's get it popping, man. Let's get it popping. I love what I'm seeing out here. Now
No.
that sun though. I said I see why y'all team was named the Phoenix Damn Suns. What else would it have been?
Mm.
Jesus Christ, what the Phoenix pass outs? Or the Phoenix heat strokes? Shit. But no, it's all love, man. It is all love. Because the hotter it is, that means the less clothes the women wear. Right? Right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Just verifying with all of the people in the house tonight. Just verifying with y'all. Y'all, man, y'all probably thought we was doing a damn dynamite stream. It went to the wrong scene on that ass.
Mm-hmm.
We
We doing
want big
dynamite?
booty
Hey,
bitches.
Warren, it's your
Big,
moment. It's
big
your moment.
booty
Hey,
bitches.
hey.
And a booty, 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 and a booty.
All right, bro. Don't see. Werner, you are a chunky man. You have about 10 seconds of oxygen in your body at any given time. You can't be going for 11.
But I try so hard to get to that 11-second.
Werner, I'm going to pee on all of your artichokes. Every single one of them. Urine. All right. It's gonna be yellow. Okay. The Kairos Objective came through with a 5 schmackaroo donation saying twas a great show. Looking forward to seeing and hearing how you all dissect it. Keep doing what y'all do. We don't know no other way. Robert coming through with the 10 schmackaroos, queuing up Don
Don
Lemon
Lemon.
with the maracas. You know what I'm saying? Play the maracas in the desert for Don Lemon.
Mm.
Everybody put Don Lemon in the chat. He's repping heavy. Yes, the Phoenix Heat Strokes. Yes, yes.
Yes.
That should be the new name of the Suns. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I agree. 100%. 100%. All right. Everybody has a special place in my heart, except when my heart is not pumping enough blood because it's too damn hot. Yeah. All right. See, we can't have that happen. We can't have that happen. Now, back to my pregame thoughts. So again, beautiful building, beautiful environment. It seems like people were really excited to see actual professional wrestling.
Oh, buddy. You mean
Okay,
that's
now,
sports entertainment?
yeah. And something that I liked was the fact of the matter that AEW was able to have like this last second surge. Oh, snap. Hold on. Wait a minute. Praise God. Adrian
There
Carpenter
we
coming
go.
through with the 10 schmacker rules saying excellent pay-per-view from AEW as usual. Yeah, we're going to talk all about it. You know that's why we're here. And again, to everybody who stayed up late to watch this show, we appreciate every single one of you because we know it's late. You know what I'm saying? It's midnight here in Arizona. Shit. So some of y'all are up and it is 2 o'clock in the morning where y'all at. I'm interrupting y'all masturbation hour. I'm sorry. I love you passionately in the shower. No pause. I'm gonna buy you some Raisin Bran, okay? All right, I got your back. I got your back. Weekly Steel Chair says it's 8:06 a.m. here. Sir. I'm gonna continue with my
Sir.
pregame thoughts, but sir, are you ready to give up on TNA? They made Trick Williams their homie. I'm gonna send some tissues to wherever you live, and it's gonna be a lifetime supply. And
I
then
saw.
I'm going to initiate Operation Werner on your ass, Weekly Steel Chair, and I'm going to steal all your mayonnaise. You will not have
they
none. I'm stealing it all.
so at the end of the show, they actually showed the face of the TNA president, and then right under it, it had, executive producer Triple H or Paul Levesque.
Are you joking?
No,
That no, Werner. That's you playing with me, bro. That's
no,
no, that's
it's
a joke.
it's floating around on the internet. I'm not joking.
That's a cap.
I'm
That's a
being
cap.
serious.
Werner,
I'm
that's a cap.
being serious.
You ain't gotta lie, bro. You ain't gotta lie, man.
I'm being serious.
I try to look at you as an honest man,
I'm being honest.
an honest male man. Okay, you're
I'm
not
being
being
honest. I'm being honest.
Adrian said it's not cap. Okay, I believe you. I just don't believe Werner. See how that
What
works?
the
I just
what the hell?
Werner. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You know. Damn, Mo said TNA is dead. I'm gonna
Yeah,
comment on that if there is a show later on today for Raw. Um,
right.
it likely will be. As long as I get some rest, I should be able to do the show. I'm gonna talk more about that on our Raw stream. So just be on the lookout for that. I'm definitely gonna talk more about that. But when I saw that come through while I was sitting at Double or Nothing, I said, this isn't real. I thought it was a troll. I thought it was one of those things where it was gonna get called back or something like that. You know how wrestling is. So I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, no, this isn't real. He won like a replica. I didn't I didn't want to believe no part of that shit. But then when I saw TNA put up like the official graphic, I said, "Oh, they want to die. Like they're actively choosing death." That's kind of crazy. But yeah, we're gonna talk more about that on the Raw stream. But back to what I was saying. But again, that last second surge AEW had on ticket sales, that last second surge that Double or Nothing had on the excitement scale,
Mm-hmm.
everybody was kind of buzzing going into this show. Now, here was a problem I had. Phoenix, y'all got a lot of goddamn fair walkers, bro. Y'all got a lot of
Mm,
goddamn fair walkers, bro. But here was the beautiful part of the pitter patter of Fed walkers. They weren't able to distract and or take away from the show because there was just that many real professional wrestling fans that were there for a great show at a good price point, and they weren't there to bullshit and chant WWE chants. Okay.
yeah.
Now the second pregame thought I have is this. So our show seems to be prophetic in a way. And I say that all the time. Our show seems to be very prophetic for the most part. And I said I wanted Tony Khan to get these what's your Waffle House order dorks out of these press conferences and so on and so forth. And it seemed like that happened tonight, which is good, which is good, which is
Mm-hmm.
good, which is good.
Mm-hmm.
But I also found a new enemy, a new challenger is approaching. I found a new issue. And I'm not looking for it actively, but I found something. When you're allowing people that don't even cover your company or even know what your company is all about to come to your events and enjoy the fruits of, media credentials, that's where you have a sincere problem.
Yeah.
The media members that I was sitting around, I heard two or three of them say midway through the show, AEW is converting me. I'm like, wait, what? And then there was another one that it was almost like he was there just to shit on the show. And I'm gonna get into a couple points of where he did it as we go into the show. But it was another one that was there that it just seemed like he was there to shit on the show. Like he was he was an agent provocateur or something. Like he was just on a mission to try to shit on the show at every turn and shift perception of the people that were sitting around him. And when I saw that he was a credentialed media member, I took a big issue with that because I said, wow, here's all these fans in here that are actually excited to see your show. Here's all of these media members here that don't want to see your show. They just want to come here and talk to their cliques. They just want to come here and say how it's not WWE and, all this old good stuff. But to get to a point of where now you're creating people that don't even watch your stuff, again, know what your product is all about, and they're coming to your shows and being credentialed media members, that's a problem. And it needs to be fixed. Because there's people, and me and Werner talk about this all the time, because there's people that will actually cover the AEW product without bias and actually say when it's good. And if you're not allowing those people to show up and have a chance to represent themselves and represent professional wrestling, then in which case you're going to continue to get fumbled coverage. You're going to get a whole bunch of articles and wherever they work for, a whole bunch of podcasts for wherever they work for, and they're going to be saying stuff like, yeah, I enjoyed what I watched, but half the time I didn't even know what was going on. Is that and Tony, like you are such an excellent guy. You love professional wrestling. But is that the type of coverage you want for your promotion?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I did not like that at all. I did not like that at all. Weren't it bothered me? And if you want to comment on that, please be my guest. And then I just
No,
got
I
one
agree.
more pregame thought.
A lot. Watching the scrum, I was just like, why are these people asking questions?
Yeah, that most of them, it was like two good questions, but most of them were asking questions like as if they either didn't know what was going on or that they were a part of the show.
And I'm really, 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 really sick of the kayfabe questions.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Like
I'm
most
really
of the
sick of
questions were
that.
kayfabe questions. Yeah.
Yeah.
It wasn't until like the very end that actual good question was asked. And my voice is on the fritz, guys. That was the only reason why I didn't ask a question. I was saving my voice for you guys. Cause I'm saving all my love for you. That's what it was. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So I decided to come back and bring my voice to y'all because, y'all be rocking out, y'all be showing us love and support. So why would I give everybody else my all when I could give it to y'all? To the sweat drop down my balls. To all these bitches crawl. To all skate, 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 skate. All right? But show us the love, ladies and gentlemen. Show us the love. And I got one more pregame thought, and then Werner, you could give your pregame thought or thoughts. And then we could get into the show. And we got to go rapid fire again, guys, because I have to catch my flight, my flicket. Everybody put flicket in the comment section. You know what I'm saying? So go ahead and make that happen. Cap in. All right, last pregame thought. This is not only a pay-per-view Tony Khan should hang his hat on, but this should be the type of pay-per-view where he looks at it and he goes, this was textbook. I need to do this more often.
Mm-hmm.
This was textbook. You want to know how I know it was textbook? Ladies and gentlemen, the drones were having a very hard time trying to figure out how to actually shit on this pay-per-view. For the first time in AEW history, 6 years. And it is an honor and a privilege, by the way, that we were here for AEW 6-year anniversary, literally the day. That's kind of dope. That's kind of dope.
Mm-hmm.
Because me and Werner have been here from the beginning, pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, this is textbook. Tony, you just changed the landscape, and I don't think you know you did. Now, I'm not no glizzy smuggler. I wouldn't go and say that to him in a press conference because I ain't want to sound like the, Captain Kiss Ass. But I'll say it on the show because I actually believe it. I actually do believe it. Tony Khan shifted the landscape for AEW tonight. He did. To me, this has an argument for best AEW pay-per-view of all time.
Yeah.
Me and Werner came into this card with a little bit of trepidation. Werner, what did I even say when we were doing investment ratings? They have to what?
This is a prove it card.
It's a prove it card. Exactly. That's what I said. I told every single one of y'all. For me, this is a prove it card.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see what Tony Khan is going to do with a card where it doesn't really look like the strongest card in the world. Understand? But let's see what he does now that he's in the trenches, now that he's, he has his head down, he's more focused on his product. Is he going to capitalize on the momentum that AEW has been having in 2025, or is he going to drop the ball at one of the biggest pay-per-views of the year? And Tony Khan didn't just pick up the goddamn ball. Tony Khan didn't pick up the goddamn ball. He ran it 95 yards to the damn end zone.
Yeah.
WWE drones and Fed walkers were having guys. I was scrolling Twitter just to see what they were saying. You want to know what I actually saw for the first time in AEW history, y'all? 95% of the tweets I was seeing was actually positive tweets about Double or Nothing.
Mm-hmm.
I even saw a couple conversion tweets. I saw a few people saying, look, man, WWE's not giving me anything anymore. After what I just saw on Double or Nothing, I might convert over to AEW. I saw this with my own eyes. I wish I would have screenshotted it. I should have in hindsight. I'm pretty sure. Well, the way Twitter's algorithm works, I'm pretty sure I'll see it again. Twitter has a, when I see you again algorithm.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'm gonna probably see it again. When I do, I'm gonna screenshot and I'm gonna read it off on the show. But Tony, you did something special tonight, dude. You came in with a couple tools and you built a skyscraper. You should be very proud of this show. You should be very proud of what AEW has accomplished. Because every time we think you're going to drop the ball, for the most part, you don't. But tonight, I think it was an exception to the rule. You took the ball and ran it. And good for you, bro. And that's like the last pregame thought I have. I'm ready to get into the show, but Werner, go ahead and give your pregame thought.
Tonight, I know you didn't watch from the TV perspective, but TV-wise, this was super focused. Camera shots were on point. Everything was good on that end. The only thing I could probably say is, like, this show was missing JR.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty much
circumstances out of his control.
Well, yeah, I know circumstances, but it was missing, like, that type of voice.
But Werner, that's why I brought it up a few weeks ago. No, that was a couple weeks ago, where I told everybody AEW needs the voice.
Right.
They need that. They need that desperately. They need someone who could be the voice of AEW. And I think that was kind of sort of Tony's plan when he hired JR. But obviously JR's older, he's way older now.
Right.
But they need that. But finish your point, man. Sorry about that.
No. I mean, it's missing. It's just missing that voice of JR or the voice. But again, camera shots were outstanding. Nothing was amiss camera wise except for in the buy-in, which we'll talk about. But yeah, no, this was a fantastic show. Tony, Tony's what has a perfect record on prove it cards. I mean, let's be honest. Tony always knows how to find a way to knock it out of the park when it comes to a prove it card. And I'm just ready to get into the show because this was a phenomenal show.
Somebody said we weren't live on Facebook, but now I just switched it back. I don't know what happened because I had it set for us to go live on Facebook. But we should be kicking live on Facebook as we speak. Funny enough, it's right as we were about to get into the show. So to all the Facebook peeps, hold on, let me make sure the stream is still good on y'all in on YouTube. So to all of the Facebook peeps watching live right now, you know what I'm saying? If you are just kicking in, you have not missed anything. We have not even gotten into the show. Sorry about that, but welcome to your Double or Nothing 2025 live review. It is your boy, Mr. Starkside.
Big dub.
Welcome in. Welcome in. Sorry about that, Facebook peeps. And again, welcome to my quiet storm lighting. I am on the road. I am in Phoenix, touching ground in the desert. You know what I'm saying? Breakdancing with Scorpions. Sting showed up. It was a
Yes.
great time, bro. It was a great
Mm-hmm.
time. I taught Scorpions how to disco. Yeah.
As you
My,
should, really.
yeah, of course. I mean, they have to learn.
Yeah.
I'm going to open up the first ever Scorpion Technology Institute.
There we go. Make
You
it
know what I'm saying?
nationwide.
And then it is going to be, something that helps them. It's going to be the Scorpion Technology Directory, STD for short. Yeah. So I'm gonna get it popping. I'm gonna get it popping. All Scorpions need love, all of them, even the one from Mortal Kombat. But yes, oh, that broke Werner. Mortal Kombat broke Werner. That is. All right.
Mortal Kombat.
All right. All right. We have two separate Mortal Kombat songs in our head, sir, and I think mine's is more accurate. You was doing take
On me.
take on
Me
me.
and me. Take me on.
Look at this mayonnaise man right here. Werner puts mayonnaise on his anchovies.
Ew.
Mama Ducky
Ew.
Hugs. I love that screen name. Mama Ducky Hugs with the two Schmackaroo Super Chizat. Saying can't sleep, going to chill and hear if it's okay. Of course it is, Mama
Of
Ducky
course it
Hugs.
is.
Yeah, you can get some Mama Ducky Hugs. And can I get
Mm-hmm.
some the fucking scorpion emojis in the chat like Pin Mike did? I need that.
Yeah,
too.
there we go.
Yeah, let's get that popping. All right. Oh, y'all don't like the fact that Werner puts mayo on his anchovies?
Oh God, I don't even eat anchovies.
All right. Now, just these things happen. These things happen.
Ew.
So, and by the way, who was that? Miguel, thank you for letting me know that we were not live on Facebook. You know what I'm saying? Thank you for letting me know. But again, to all the Facebook peeps, you have not missed anything. We are just getting into the main show. You have not missed anything. Welcome in. Show the necessary love to your boys here at Covalent TV. We know it's late, so Playback Gang is probably going to be heavy on this one. That is perfectly fine. But as long as the people that are in here support the stream, you hit the like button, you share it, whatever you got to do, make it happen. The reason why it started so late, I'm actually here. I went to the media scrum. You could kiss my ass. It's hot. Yeah.
Air conditioning don't work.
What the hell is hey, what it is Assumption Junction in this motherfucker. Who said that we doubt AEW pay-per-views?
Whoa.
Adrian Carpenter, you've been watching us long enough to know that when have we ever went into an AEW pay-per-view and like it was full doubt? Saying that they needed to prove it doesn't mean that we doubted that it was going to be good. It just means that this card was, from a looks perspective, from an aesthetic perspective, was weaker than typical AEW cards.
Yes.
So I came into it kind of like, hey, Tony's either going to make the best with what he has or he's going to fumble. But we've went on this show plenty of times and we've said that Tony has earned our goodwill and our faith. So I was more so leaning towards he was probably going to knock it out the park. So I don't even know what that means, bro, because nobody said that. All right, let's not put words in our mouth. All right. Oh, Mama Ducky Hugs. I forgot Chloe was your grandma. Yeah, man. I still can't believe that. I still can't believe that. Yeah, we all miss her. I'm sorry. I
Yeah, we
cannot
do.
believe that. Man. Jesus Christ. Golly.
Man.
Man. It's good that you are in here. It is good that you are in here.
Yes. Keeping the tradition alive.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Mundo Fuego with a good comment, and then I'm gonna read just a couple more, and then we got to get into the show, guys. It is 12:26 already. Yeah. All right, cool. So Mundo Fuego said something I like. Said needs to be a media person's report card, something public for promoters to see. See, here's why something like that is smart, but it will never happen because there's so many. Oh, Werner, I'm about to say something that people not gonna like.
What we got?
If we were a way bigger show, I'm pretty sure I would be canceled for saying this, but like I'm gonna say it anyway. Here's why that won't happen. There's too many good looking plastic women in professional wrestling that use their looks to gain an advantage in like the media aspect and in the wrestling aspect too, that the men that run these promotions are like so simpish That would never happen. That level of accountability would never be placed on women in wrestling.
Yeah.
Yeah, I said it. I said it. I said it.
I mean, look at WWE.
Yeah, I said it. There's a lot of women out there that don't really have talent, but because of who they're fucking or because of who they kiss up to or they flirt with, they're in position. And it's not a diss song, it's a real song. It's not a diss
Mm-hmm.
song, it's a real song.
Mm-hmm.
And you can say, and look, I'm equal opportunity. You can say that about some of the men in wrestling as well. You can say that. Yeah, of course you could. But
Mm-hmm.
is it nearly the same amount? Hell
No.
no. Hell no. Hell no. Absolutely not. It's actually disproportionate, if anything. No. Yeah, I know I'm gonna get some heat for that, but I don't care. I'm gonna get some heat for that. I really don't give a damn. It's the truth. The truth don't change. Sorry. All right. But yeah, Mama Ducky Hugs, appreciate you being in here. I see you commenting. That is so cool, man. I
Well,
appreciate
that's
you being here.
awesome.
Man, because you should be grieving right now and just not even worrying about what we got going on these streams. But the fact that you are in here is super dope. So thank you so much. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and by the way, guys, for all the Facebook peeps, if you didn't know, Trick Williams is TNA World Champion.
Oh, Jesus.
Warren, I cannot wait to get back in front of my real setup and talk about that on the Raw review if it is. If I oversleep
Oh,
or if I don't have a voice, then in which case no review. But we'll see. We shall see.
yeah.
All right. All right, guys, let's get into Double or Nothing 2025, ladies and gentlemen. Tony Khan put all his chips down and he let it ride and he hit big. So I feel like it's only right that we talk about it. I'm gonna kick it off. Anna Booty and Harley Cameron. You know what,
Mm-hmm.
Warren? I think it is fair. I think it is fair,
Mm-hmm.
and I think she would laugh at this as well.
Mm-hmm.
We have to create a titty section. So Harley Cameron is going to be the first entrant into the titty section of Covalent TV. So Anna Booty and Harley titties
Okay, that
going
works
to,
for me. Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, that works.
We never created a titty section. We always had
Yeah.
the booty section, but we never created the titty section. All right.
No.
So Harley, welcome to the titty section.
That
And
could be a
she's
great
going.
tag team name too.
Yes, that's right. See, yeah, Anna Booty and
Mm-hmm.
Harley titties.
Mm-hmm.
But the Megasis and Penelope,
Yep.
she might be the second inductee. and
Mm.
Warner, do you want to say it about Penelope? Go ahead.
She looked good tonight.
No,
She
call her
what?
Penelope titties, Warner. You had one job.
Oh, Penelope titties.
Good Lord. But yeah, she did look phenomenal. You know what I'm saying? She was looking extremely good. But that is not what is important because these ladies were in the ring wrestling tonight. And I'm going to be honest, they grabbed the crowd. I mean, obviously, there's, a couple reasons that they grabbed the crowd just the moment they make their entrances. But
Yes.
they ended up grabbing the crowd with their wrestling, which is what's most important because I don't care how good you look. If you can't perform, it don't matter. And that applies to my real life as well. Women who are tens are typically the worst in bed. Again, also, no one wants to say it. I'll say it. I'll say it if no one else does. All right. So, yeah, these women have no incentive to go out there and perform their best because let's be honest, they're pretty much all nines and tens.
Mm-hmm.
But they work their asses off and titties. They work their asses and their titties off and they go out there and they try to get the best performances that they possibly can. And the fruits of their labors paid off here because, again, they grabbed the crowd and they never let them go. They ended up getting
Mm.
cheers. They were able to do even a little funny spot, really show off their personalities. And Anna Booty, for the first time ever, is finally showing off some personality.
Yeah, which is phenomenal.
But I enjoyed this thoroughly. I really enjoyed this thoroughly. Everybody shined in this one. Anna Booty and Harley Titties won by pinfall with her finishing move. And literally, it's just called her finishing move on
Now,
Penelope Titties. Go ahead.
now this is where the problem happened. When Megan Bayne threw Anna Booty out, they went to that and didn't show Harley Cameron's finishing move and the pinfall.
So obviously, I was in the arena, so I didn't see that. So Warner, that obviously you should know that is your job to tell me the stuff that happened on TV that I did not see.
That's why I'm pointing it out.
Yeah. So the finish went over very well with the crowd. The finish went over very well with the crowd. The crowd, about halfway into this match, got pretty into it, and rightfully so. And rightfully so. Because the women and the women's wrestling actually matters in AEW.
Exactly.
And let me put this emphasis on it too, Warner. Not only does women's wrestling matter in AEW, the quality of the women's wrestling
That's
matters
right.
in AEW.
That's right.
Uh-oh. Oops.
Oops.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. It's almost like it's important, right?
Yeah.
Ah, look at
Yeah.
that. Well,
You know,
Warren, I would have never known. Go ahead.
right. No, I kind of want to put Penelope in the Mark Briscoe category. Always surprising and always delivering.
Yeah, and
Because
I'm glad
the
she's
last
getting
month and a
opportunity
half,
now. Yeah.
yeah. I mean, the last month and a half, she's always been showing out and surprising and doing well.
And I want to continue to see her get more opportunities because, now that I've gotten to meet her in person and like talk to her, she's actually very charismatic, very playful, and she could get over with that. She could get over with that 100%. She has a personality that a lot of people do not know about. Now you would just look at her and write her off and think, okay, generic blonde bimbo, type of thing. But no, Penelope actually has a lot going for herself. And for Tony Khan to put all of these ladies in this position, and some people might go, oh, it was just a buy-in match and it was the opener at that. Guess what?
Mm-hmm.
They still got time. They still got to shine. And the crowd actually got into what was going on. That's more than you could say about Zelina Vega versus Chelsea Green. Oops.
Ooh.
Oops. Am I saying the quiet part loud again,
Ooh.
Werner? Am I saying the
Ooh.
quiet part loud again, Werner?
What a rough match to watch.
I think it's because I'm tired that I just do not give a fuck right now.
Yeah.
I think that's what it is, Werner. I do not give a damn. I'm just gonna let my words fly. I'm seeing
Yeah.
everybody saying, "Oop, yeah, oops."
Oops.
Uh-oh. Sorry about that, y'all. Sorry about that. Yeah, they gave them 12 minutes.
Yeah.
And the beauty of it is that it felt like it in a good way.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, man, come on now. Nobody could hate on this. Nobody can hate on
No.
this. And that's gonna be the theme of this entire show tonight. That's gonna be the theme. Okay? All right, let me see where we at on numbers. Guys, get these likes up, get these shares up. I know we are late. You know what I'm saying? Shouts out to the Facebook peeps. Again, if you are joining us just now, then in which case you are all set. We got you covered, man, because we are just now getting into the show. So appreciate all the Facebook peeps. Miguel is in the building over there on Facebook. Said that botch 619 from Zelina. Oops, yeah, that was nasty.
Oops.
So she just botched the 619. And Zelina, you're a friend of the show, love you. But like, how you gonna botch the 619 and then just deliberately kick Chelsea Green in the fucking nose?
Right.
What the hell was that? What in the name of the Puerto Rican Day Parade was that shit? Warren, I thought that was very that was not a good look. I'm just gonna keep it a buck.
No. No, it wasn't. But again, I think you and I can both agree that we are surprised that she still has that title.
Straight up. And I'm only gonna read this comment because I'm gonna say something on it and then I'm just gonna move on. For Weekly Still Chat to say, and even more so, Zelina is not actively improving. She's actually regressing. You can say that about a lot of people in WWE.
Mm-hmm.
You can
Especially
say
on the
that
women's
about
side.
you can say that about a majority of the roster, even NXT.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so but this ain't a Saturday night's main event review or NXT review or Raw review or SmackDown review. But I had to comment on that. Yeah, man, you can say that about like I'm gonna put a realistic number on it. You can say that about 87, 88% of the WWE roster. So yeah, that ain't for nothing. That ain't for nothing. All right. But where did Elise go? She probably didn't already got back and fell the fuck asleep. You know what I'm
Probably.
saying? Getting old out here.
Not
But she
committed
seemed
as weekly.
yeah, but she seemed very pleasant and happy to meet a player. So, much love to Elise, man.
Mm-hmm.
Much love to Elise. All right, let's keep it going, Werner. Go ahead and take the next match, man.
Alrighty, we got up next. We got Bandito, AR Fox, Hologram, and Commander taking on Roppongi Vice, which is Rocky Romero, Trent Beretta,
Ramaki
and
Romero. This motherfucker
Ra-
said Ramaki Romero. Werner, can
It
I
is
get that at my local
3:37 in
sushi
the
place?
morning.
Can I
It
get
is
that at my local
3:37 in
sushi
the morning.
place? Ramaki Romero. God damn it, Werner.
It's right next to your hotel. I swear.
What is that next to? What is that next to Rocky Road, motherfucker? Good Lord. Ramaki Romero. That is phenomenal. Okay, let's keep it going.
And CRU, which is Action Andretti and Leo Rush in an 8-man tag.
Featuring Ramaki Romero.
Rocky Romero.
Oh,
So
man.
I have a problem with this. One, no story.
Mhm.
Why wasn't that the opener? Because I would have put Anna Booty and Harley Tits against Megan Bayne and Penelope Tits as your main event of buy-in, because again, there's a story there. Whereas the 8-man tag, let's just throw people together.
Miguel said Ramaki Werner needs his mayo. That replenishes his vocabulary. Yeah, absolutely. But I agree. I actually agree with this. But I think Tony's approach was, I want these ladies to be the first thing people see when this show kicks in. Now, that doesn't change my opinion on the match structure. It definitely should have been at the back end of the buy-in. I agree with that. I do agree with it, but I think I know what Tony Khan was thinking. I think I know what he was thinking, but it didn't work out. It didn't work
Right.
out. From a match quality standpoint, there's no problem at all because this match was phenomenal.
No, this was a great 8-man tag. No, I'm not doubting that. It's just, story should be main event.
And that was okay. I'm gonna be fair. Werner. I be cutting him slack sometimes because it's certain stuff I know he doesn't keep up with. They kind of sort of built this up on Collision, so
Oh,
I could understand if Werner doesn't understand if there's a story there because he don't really watch Collision like that. But
no.
yeah, this was built up on Collision. So to correct you, there was a story. It's just one you weren't aware of.
Okay.
But yeah, Mo said should have been. I said the same thing to my wife. Weekly Steel Chair said I agree. Plus those tits sell tickets. Ramaki doesn't. That's right. Ramaki Romero. Exactly. No, it was a very good match. The wrestling in this match was super fast paced, like really fast paced. But it wasn't fast paced to a point of where it felt cartoony. It wasn't fast paced to a point of where it took you out of the match. It was just fast paced enough to where everybody got to shine. But obviously, to me, the MVP of this matchup was Bandito because Bandito is starting to hit his stride again, which is great for AEW.
Yes.
And it's great for Tony Khan because Bandito in full stride is a top guy.
Mm-hmm.
Again, I'll say it if no one else does. If Bandito is full stride, Bandito is a top guy
Mm-hmm.
in any company. So I want to see Bandito continue to stride. I want to continue to see him get his step back because the more he does, the more opportunities he's going to have to showcase what me and Werner both know he can do. But give your thoughts on this match and let's go ahead and keep pushing forward.
I'm gonna be honest. If Bandito gets a stride back, that main event scene in AEW should be very, very scared.
Yeah, because
I mean,
has
he's a
anybody seen
baller.
Bandito full stride? Like Werner, I'm gonna ask to your
Oh,
point. To your point, has anybody seen Bandito like full stride? Like, do y'all know what that looks like? Like at one point, they were talking about him being like the next big luchador, like worldwide.
mm-hmm.
Like they was talking about him like he was gonna become the Michael Jordan of luchadors at one point. Like straight up, it was a while ago. It was obviously a while ago, but like it was a thing. At one point, it was a thing. Yeah, Steve Butler just said it. Yeah, 2019 Ring of Honor. You remember.
Mm-hmm.
You remember. Yeah. He was highly regarded. He was being regarded as the best luchador in professional wrestling. Said not since his early title run in Ring of Honor. But the point was, the question was like, do y'all remember? Yeah, pre-Tony
Do
Khan
you
Ring of Honor.
remember?
Oh, can we not? Can we not? Werner, can we not blow your stepped on cocaine on this stream, okay? All right. I'm gonna need everybody in Michigan that is selling Werner stuff to stop. Okay? Stop selling him that shit. All right, especially at 3 o'clock in the morning before he has to go live. Absolutely. Let me see. All right. Hey, oh well, let at least pop back in with multiple kissy emojis. Okay, well that's what's up. That's what's up. Robert said been a while, but yes. Pin Mike said in WWE, he'd be jobbing to El Grande Americano. Every luchador is probably gonna be jobbing to El Grande Americano pretty soon.
Like Vikingo in a couple of weeks or next week.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So just keeping it a buck, y'all. Just being honest. Just being completely honest with every single one of y'all. Okay. All right. I know y'all better get our numbers up though. You know what I'm saying? Get these likes up, get these shares up. And again, I know it's late. But you know what I'm saying? Still do it anyway so the people that are gonna watch it on playback could get some of this good work too. All right. Let's keep it going, y'all. Let's keep it fucking going. Go to the result, my good sir.
All righty. Bandito, Commander, Hologram, and AR Fox defeated Trent Beretta, Rocky Romero, Leo Rush, and Action Andrade when Bandito pinned Andrade with the 21 plex.
Andrade. Now it's Andrade. God damn it. Andrade? What do you use that to unclog your sink? This motherfucker said Andrade. God damn it. Werner, you are not getting any tax forms next year. Good Lord. Goodness gracious. Okay. All right, man. He didn't. Andrade, I'm sorry, man. You didn't deserve that. All right. Let me see.
Oh, he's a double E.
But yes, Vikingo over there gives me the ick too. I agree. 100%. It just doesn't even feel right. It does not feel right at all. Oh, I said Andrade. Damn, I'm tweaking too. It's well shit. You know what I'm saying? Andrade E. Yes. Absolutely. At least that I have been on here is that we're watching on my daughter's TV so we don't wake the house up. Okay. Okay. Oh wait, so she's watching live too. All right. Yeah. All right. I still don't like her attitude. No, I'm messing around. You got her looking at me in front of this damn janky road setup. You know what I'm saying? Can't admire the full sexiness. All right. Let's keep it rolling, man. Let's keep it fucking rolling. All right, Warner, go ahead.
Alrighty. Up next, we have our first match of the main card. We have Mercedes Mone taking on Jamie Hayter in the Owen final for the women.
All right, Warner.
Cheat code.
All right, cheat code. But I'm about to hit a switch up on y'all ass. Y'all gonna be like, wait a minute, but you didn't say this. I'm admitting I'm about to hit a switch up on y'all ass. So sitting in the building, this was when the Fed Walkers showed themselves.
Oh, of course.
Oh my God, this was where the Fed Walkers were like, it is our time to shine. One little group in the crowd started chanting overrated at Mercedes in the ring, okay, during a transitional portion of the match. And halfway through this match, y'all, because I did say before Double or Nothing, Jamie Hayter needed this win. I did say that. But halfway through this match, sitting in the building, I started rooting for Mercedes Mone. I'm just going to be honest. I started rooting for Mercedes Mone because I love how mad she makes the Fed Walkers. I love it. I love how mad she makes them. You know why? Because by the end of the match, they're cheering her or they're booing her. which means they can't outright deny that she's, well, shit. Honestly, she's from a wrestling standpoint, she's the best woman in professional wrestling right now.
Mm-hmm.
They can't take that away from her. Every time that they try to shit on her, she just keeps having better and better and better matches. And this was no exception to that rule. Her and Jamie Hayter went out there and killed it. And for Mercedes to bring Jamie Hayter out there and help her get her stride back and make her look strong in this one,
Yeah.
what more, if you're Tony Khan, what more could you ask for? Mercedes came out of this looking like the marquee, you know what I'm saying, draw that she is. And Jamie Hayter came out of this looking strong, looking like she just came just short. And now it feels like she's being set up for bigger things. Jamie Hayter, that is. It feels like in the future, Jamie Hayter is going to be set up for bigger things. Just like Hangman was this time last year. He was being set up for bigger things.
Yep.
Now Jamie Hayter's in that spot. Now it's going to be up to Jamie. You got the Mercedes Moné rub. You went out there, you killed it in the opener of the pay-per-view. You looked really, really great in this matchup. Now what are you going to do with the momentum of this? Are you going to do what Hangman did and revitalize your career, climb to the top? Or are you just going to coast on the goodwill of this match? What are you going to do? But Warner, give your thoughts on this match. And again, I thought it was Chico. This was a phenomenal match. The pacing of this match was perfect.
Pacing of the match. This match was phenomenal. I loved every minute of it. The selling, the psychology, everything was great. You know, I hate to say this because I don't want to jinx her, but I feel like Mercedes is the perfect dance partner. I mean, she could go out with a mop and have a 4 to 5 star match.
And Robert,
I mean,
go ahead.
I mean, she's the flair of the. I mean, I know she doesn't have the titles. Don't get me wrong, but like the work ethic, she reminds me of Shawn and Ric Flair in the ring. She is that ring general that everyone that the women's division needs.
And Robert made a comment that I like. Said she's proof that there's life outside of WWE.
Oh, big time!
I love that comment. And allow me to briefly tell you why. Mercedes Moné is at a point right now where even if WWE came calling offering her whatever amount of a blank check, what incentive does she have to go back there?
None.
Like just even from a legacy standpoint, what incentive does she have to go back there? As much as these fan walkers hate her, Mercedes is setting a standard right now.
Mm-hmm.
Unlike the company that's called the industry standard. Mercedes is setting a bar for women's wrestling, not even just in AEW. Julia was doing it in Japan until she decided to run to WWE.
Mm-hmm.
That's just the truth of the matter, ladies and gentlemen. What Julia was doing in Japan was special. What Stephanie was doing in Mexico was special. And the crazy part was Stephanie was just starting to hit her stride. WWE caught Stephanie when she was hitting her stride. I can only imagine the matches Stephanie would have had if she didn't just sign with WWE straight away. I can only imagine a feud she would have had if she just didn't sign with WWE as soon as they came knocking on her door. If she would have just held out for Tony Khan's offer sheet. She could be a part of this right now. And Werner, that bugs the hell out of me. We've had this discussion before.
Yeah, we have.
That bugs the hell out of me to think about.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, you don't gotta like it, WWE drones and Fed Walkers. You don't gotta like it. Mercedes is setting the bar right now. And right now, there's only a couple women in professional wrestling that can reach that bar and do a pull-up. Toni Storm is one of them. Stephanie is hanging on by a thread because her booking is getting worse. And somebody might say, how's her booking getting worse? She just retained tonight. Because they had to do that at the expense of one of their other shiny new toys in Jordan Grace. That's a fail. When you have to sacrifice one of your other shiny new toys to make another one shine, that means that there's something wrong with your booking department. Because you should have enough people built up to where they could have competitive matches with Stephanie and not look bad coming out in defeat. Like Jamie Hayter tonight. Jamie Hayter didn't look bad in defeating this match.
No.
Why are there not enough built up women in NXT to where if Stephanie beats them, okay, it's like, yeah, she beat her, but that woman looks strong in defeat. That's what a developmental is supposed to be. Warren, am I tripping?
No, you are correct, sir.
Isn't that what a developmental is supposed to be? A place where people are currently being built up to be something bigger? I don't know. It's an interesting take. It's just an interesting take. You know what I'm saying? But like gang, comment gang, share gang, donation gang, y'all better come in here and show that necessary love to you boys over here at Covalent TV, because I know we up on the late night creep and playback gang gonna be strong, but y'all are in here right now and we appreciate y'all. And again, if you are wondering what the fuck is going on, again, I am in Phoenix. I'm out here covering it. All right. See what we got. Oh shit! I meant to say this at the beginning of the stream. Y'all probably saw me tweet this out, and I stand on it. I want to say it on camera for anybody who watches our show. Over there in AEW, which I know it's a few people who do. The way AEW treats their media and how they handle the process, how they handle where they seat their media, it is so much better than WWE. The process is so seamless. So salute to them, man. They go out of their way to make sure the media is comfortable. They send people to check on you and ask if you enjoyed the show. This is the type of stuff my mom told me to look out for when it comes to like being courted, in a sense of business. So like, yeah, salute to AEW, man. They be doing the damn thing. All right, let's go to the next match, sir. Unless you had something else you wanted to say on that match.
Nope.
All right, let's keep it going. Damn.
All righty. In the third longest match of the night, FTR taking on Daniel Garcia and Nigel McGuinness.
Warner, we didn't have high investment in this match to begin with.
Nope.
But this ended up being the black mark on this show. No show can truly be perfect.
Right.
AEW has came very close, but no show can truly be perfect. There's going to be something on every show that you're going to be like, this was that thing. And something I said on the review before I came out here, y'all, and I know y'all remember it. This should be Daniel Garcia's last opportunity to show that he's even worthy to be in these spots. Did I not say that, y'all?
Yes, you did. Now, I heard no pop.
Okay, so now it's time to lean on my knowledge with this. So it sounded like they wanted to give him a courtesy pop at first, and then they was just kind of like, eh. And then during the match, they were kind of popping for the superplexes, but I think they were more so popping for it because it was a high spot and not because it was him. Does that make sense? So, yeah, no, generally it was like golf clap courtesy pop territory. And with all of the investment Tony Khan is putting into Daniel Garcia, if he's still only getting courtesy pops and golf claps, it's over. It's time to end the experiment. I'm just going to be honest. It's really time to end the experiment. And then I said on the review before I came out here too, what a waste of a Nigel McGuinness match. And I was saying to Werner off camera, what does he have? Like 2 or 3 matches left?
At least.
Look at how big of a layoff it was between this match and his last match. That man maybe has 2 or 3 matches left on his body. On his bump card, as we say in the business, on his bump card. Maybe. So if you're a diehard, old school Ring of Honor fan, Nigel McGuinness fan, you left this match feeling disappointed. The ending was weird. The match structure was weird. FTR looked uncomfortable because it seemed like they just didn't want to be out there. And it wasn't because of Nigel. It just seemed like
because of Daniel.
Yeah, it just seemed like they weren't invested in it because of the cast and crew and how they were being positioned in their roles. Like, why was Toni such a big, factor in this matchup? Now, some people might say, you just got on Werner for not watching Collision. There was a story there. I actually know the story. I know what the background on that was because they actually brought it over to Dynamite as well. But
yes, they did.
This didn't hit like how Tony Khan thought it was going to hit. It didn't. And you know why? Because Werner, can one really bad cavity, like one really infected bad cavity, put you in the hospital?
Yeah.
Right. Daniel Garcia
you get sepsis and all that other.
Exactly. Daniel Garcia was that cavity.
Yep.
That was Daniel Garcia. He was the cavity that held this back from being something better. The Daniel Garcia experiment needs to end after tonight. The only thing that made me happy about this match was that Daniel Garcia ate the finish of this match.
Mm-hmm.
This was a waste of an FTR pay-per-view match. This was a waste of a Nigel McGuinness match. Daniel Garcia and Tony Schiavone, sit your ass down.
Yeah.
Tony Schiavone, I love you, bro. I do. A lot of nostalgia there with you, bro. But Daniel Garcia, go ahead and move down the bench, homie. Go ahead and move down the bench. You're not even worthy of being a sixth man. Move down the bench, homie.
Be mean, Gene.
You should be street clothes. Y'all watch the NBA. You should be the motherfucker sitting at the end of the bench that's always in street clothes. You shouldn't even suit up. Warner, there's nothing there with him, dude.
No.
Tony, you tried. You were persistent. And when I say you were persistent, you were very persistent with Daniel Garcia. But homie, it's over, dog. It's over.
There's nothing there. And there's been nothing there since day one.
Yeah. At best, jobber to the stars. At best. Mo, you noticed
every other month.
Yeah, Mo noticed the same thing I noticed. I didn't want to bring it up because I don't want to get like too wordy and like give too many details because again, I have to go. I got to catch my flight. But then also, Daniel Garcia just don't even deserve my words. But like Mo, I noticed that. Mo said they kept giving Daniel Garcia the hot tag and it just did nothing. Yeah. If you were in the building, it was awkward. Yeah, it has to stop. It has to stop. I don't know. I don't know what Tony is hoping for at this point. Robert, I noticed that as well. See, y'all are doing more analyzing of a Daniel Garcia match than any of the matches that were actually good in this motherfucker. How many?
Yeah, that's. Dear Lord.
Warner, you see how many comments coming in about Daniel Garcia right now?
They must really love Daniel Garcia in the comment section.
I ain't gonna hold you. Werner might be right, low key, like that. Do y'all secretly like him and just never told us? Was this y'all final straw tonight? Because man, normally when we be like, hey, y'all comment on this, y'all be like, oh no. I'm not commenting on nothing.
But Daniel Garcia, here we go.
Yeah, y'all got everything to say about Daniel Garcia's bum ass. Jesus Christ. Said Daniel looked like he could barely lift anybody. Time to hit the 5-pound dumbbells. I mean, have you seen him? Have you seen him?
I think 5 pounds is a stretch. He's probably got to hit those threes.
You remember them AFB compilations where it'd be like the wedding fails, and it's always the one dude that drops his wife on the table with the cake? Daniel Garcia is that dude.
You mean like Luther during the press conference?
Yeah, Daniel Garcia is that dude, bro. I'm telling you, he is the dude that will drop his wife on the goddamn wedding cake because he ain't strong enough to lift her. And she's like, I only weigh 130 pounds. Kyro's Object said that multi-year deal is going to seem very long in regards to Garcia. I think Tony Khan is going to keep trying to buy time with him with the audience.
Yep.
I think he's going to go the Orange Cassidy route.
Yeah, he's
Like
going to start being the opener.
Yeah. I feel like he's going to keep trying. He's going to keep trying and keep trying and keep trying and keep trying and keep trying in hopes that the
Until he gets
crowd
hurt.
inevitably relents, and it's not going to happen. They already did relent, and yet and still. They relented at one point, and yet and still. I don't know what you want. All right, Warren, anything else on this match?
No.
Oh, did you get the result?
Oh, did I? No.
Oh,
FTR defeated Daniel Garcia and Nigel McGuinness when Garcia passed out to Dax Harwood's sharpshooter. That should tell you everything.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Up next, we have Ricochet, or Richard O'Shea,
if you shall,
versus Mark Briscoe in a stretcher match.
Chico.
Big time.
Chico.
Big time. I am glad I can eat crow on this one.
Homie, it started, like, in the arena at least. It started so slow with the audience, but once it went into second gear, it never pulled back.
Yes.
And it was starting to get into third gear.
Hmm.
Like, if this match would have been about 7 minutes longer, it probably would have went into third gear. But this match went into second gear, and it just never looked back. I don't know what else to say about it other than that. Ricochet put on a phenomenal performance. Mark Briscoe continues to surprise me and Werner.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, the game tape Mark Briscoe is putting out there at his age, you got to give him credit where credit is due. He's putting a lot of good game tape out there. What'd you say?
Maybe it's time to give him another, Ring of Honor title run. Or maybe a TNT title run.
Yeah, because he's going out there every match.
Title run.
He's going out there every match and he's delivering.
Mm-hmm.
Ricochet too. And that's a good problem to have if you Tony Khan.
Yeah, they're both making themselves undeniable.
Yeah, that's a good problem to have. If you got guys that are so hungry that every match that they go out there and they're having is hitting every mark that it could and it should. Again, sound like a good problem to have to me.
Mm-hmm.
And the crowd was into it, and you want to know what they were able to do. That Werner, this was a lost art because WWE did this in the Ruthless Aggression era and the Attitude era, and we haven't seen it since WWE became a monopoly. They found a way to blend the aggression, the physicality, the sport, and the comedy.
Yeah.
If you got a little bit of everything in this matchup. If you like comedy spots, you got that. If you like athletic displays, you got that. If you like bloody violence, you got that. If you like good heel work and babyface comebacks, you got that. Name one thing this match didn't have. I mean, on one side, hair, but that's neither here nor there right now. But yeah, name something this match didn't fucking have. I'll wait. Werner, you got something?
I got nothing. I really don't. This had everything.
Yeah. They blended all of the things that makes a match a match. And it worked. Sometimes somebody will toss a comedy spot into a match and then it just kind of drags.
Mm-hmm.
They did that damn bald washing spot, and guess what? They took the foot off the pedal with the comedy and went into violence.
Mm-hmm.
And they didn't pedal back into that comedy thing again until, bro, when Ricochet noped off from Mark Briscoe from that ambulance and ran back to the ring
Oh, that was hilarious.
Homie. And like, if you would have saw that in real time, like in the arena, Warner, you would have been on the floor laughing, bro. That shit looked funny as hell. He was running like Forrest Gump. That shit was hilarious. Oh, that
That
was
was
so funny.
great.
Yeah, checked all the boxes. Robert said checked all the boxes. Yeah. Objectively speaking, this checked all the boxes. Mo.
You know
Oh
what
no, go
else
ahead.
I liked? You know what else I liked was the shooting star press onto the stretcher.
I don't think y'all know how much athleticism and accuracy that takes.
Exactly, that's my point. Like, holy cow! Even with Mark Briscoe moving off of it, and he still landed on the stretcher. That's that. You've never seen that before.
That could have went wrong in multiple ways.
Exactly.
But here was the moment of the match for me. Even though it ended with Ricochet throwing a chair at his fucking face.
Yep.
Mark Briscoe doing the Sabu tribute spot.
Yeah.
Boy, I got choked up a little bit. I was like, God damn, man, he really gone, bro. Yeah, that was that. But funny enough, if you watch Sabu matches, he done got hit with a chair in the face coming off of that spot. So
yes, he has.
It was a historically accurate spot, even still. Yeah, he didn't hit that every time. He didn't hit that every time. But I thoroughly enjoyed this match. And you know what, Pin Mike? Holy shit, you said something I didn't think about till just now. Indirectly. You didn't say this directly, but in a way you're indirectly saying this. Mark Briscoe is everything WWE fans think Jey Uso is.
Yeah. That's a good shout.
Like, if you gave Mark Briscoe a catchphrase, I think he would be 8 times as over.
Mm-hmm.
Mark Briscoe, you know what, Werner? God damn, that might be a new talking point.
Yeah.
That might be that. I'm not gonna lie. That's a great comment. That might be a new talking point. Mark Briscoe is definitely everything people think Jey Uso is, and then some.
Mm-hmm.
And he could cut a better promo.
And he's not on crack.
Man, Jey Uso is on that good shit. He can't even formulate a sentence. Yeah. But no, I had a lot of respect for this match. That's the word I think I'm going to use with this. I had a lot of respect for this match.
Yeah.
Checked all the boxes, did what it was supposed to do. The crowd was fucking into it. And me and Werner did not really have a high investment for this match, but they stole our hearts, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Stole our hearts and captivated in that ring, man. And that's all you could ask for. But Werner, give your thoughts on this match and let's move on.
No, I again, Mark Briscoe knows how to shut us up. every time there's a pay-per-view, what you and I are just like, I don't know. And then there he goes. He does this.
And he's been doing it all year, to be fair to him.
I think he's been doing it for like 18 months, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty, up next, we got the Hurt Syndicate defeating the Sons of Texas to retain the AEW Tag Team titles when Shelton Benjamin thrust kicked Sammy Guevara for the pin and the win.
This got a little bit clunky at times. It just, like, at certain points, it just got really clunky. But like the second half of this match was actually really fucking good. The first half was mad clunky. But like the second half, I don't know what happened. Like, I don't know if they started communicating more out there and was like, all right, guys, we gotta go to the well with something else. But the second half of the match, and that's typically what happens when it's a lot of veterans out there. Yeah, I don't know if they called an audible on like the match structure, but yeah, it was something I liked about the second half of this match. It felt like it was controlled chaos in the second half of this match. But the first half kind of takes away from the overall match. But like, you know what? I'm gonna take the split on this one. I think I'm 50-50 on this one. Like, well, in a sense, I want to say it was really good, but also in a sense, I want to say it was really sloppy.
I'm with you on that one.
So I'm gonna split the difference and say it was aight. Like it was aight. It was nothing special. I would like to see Toni build up some more tag teams so that way the Hurt Syndicate can have a long feud with a legitimate tag team.
I agree with that one. That
So
I
yeah,
was thinking that the entire time during this match. But it you know what? It seems like and it's not everybody in AEW, but like some to most, first gear seems to be a problem
hmm
when matches start. I
hmm
don't know what it is, but I think you can agree with me. Is like first gear with a good percentage of the roster is an issue. Once we get to second gear, then it's off to the races. Let's go. Let's have a phenomenal match. But that first gear is kind of like it's like coughing engine syndrome.
Yeah, no, but when it got into that second gear, it was pretty fucking good. Like that
Yeah.
spear that Bobby Lashley gave Dustin through the barricade sounded like somebody
Mm-hmm.
got hit with a damn sniper rifle. It was loud. In the arena, it was loud.
Yeah.
So yeah, shouts out to them. You know, again, I don't know what they did. I don't know what they did. I don't know if they just started calling in the ring. But yeah, I really liked the second half of this match. But that first half, it was no chemistry. It was
Mm-hmm.
like zero chemistry. So yeah, again, we're not. Are you splitting the difference on I too, or
Yeah, no,
what you?
yeah, yeah, no, I'm with you on splitting the difference. But again, I just really want to point out that first gear. Yikes. Alrighty, up next we got Okada taking on
Oh my
Mike
god.
the Dragon Bailey for the Continental title, to which Okada retained with a Rainmaker.
Oh my god.
But this is a cheat code.
Warner cheat code, and we got Wrestle Kingdom Okada back on a Double or Nothing match.
Yes. And that's a lot of credit to Mike for doing that.
Oh my
I think he
god,
forced that out. I don't think Okada wanted to do it. Mike forced it out of him.
dude. Another comment before I forget. It's late, y'all. So if I'm forgetting stuff, please forgive me. Y'all know I'm usually on point. The production on this show, the entrances on this show, the set for this show, top notch.
Mm-hmm.
I heard it was a couple missed camera spots tonight. I did hear that on the
Yeah.
broadcast. I did hear that, but in the arena, it was an experience. It was. They really killed it tonight from an experience standpoint. That Okada entrance felt like final boss Okada. You know what I'm saying? It just everything was hitting on all cylinders in that regard. But yeah, I agree with Werner. I think Speedball Mike Bailey pulled the best out of Okada in this matchup. And Okada was like, you know what? Fuck it. Tonight I ain't phoning shit in.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even own a phone. I don't got no Obama phone. I don't even know what a phone. How do you dial on a phone? What phone?
I don't know how to say bitch anymore. Just trust me. Trust
Yeah,
me.
that man went out there and said, "What phone?" I haven't seen Okada put a performance like up that like that in a minute. He went out there and
Yeah.
killed it.
Yeah.
He was
But
beating the
again,
shit out of Mike Bailey at the beginning of this. He was beating the shit out of him.
again, I think we can start calling him Mike the Dragon Bailey because who else? Who else is close to that? To Ricky.
Dude. And what I liked about this match overall too,
Mm-hmm.
everything Speedball was given, Okada was given right back.
Yep.
It was that like competitiveness in the ring. Everything the Speedball was given, Okada was like, "Oh yeah," but that finish of Speedball mid-air, and Okada catches him with that picture perfect drop kick that he throws, and quickly gets him into the Rainmaker. with that sense of urgency. I said, yeah, we ain't seen this Okada since New Japan.
Mm-hmm.
Tony, this should be a lesson to you. If you give Okada a match he can sink his teeth into, that's what you're going to get out of him.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, you're going to get what he was on the back end of his New Japan run. Japanese John Cena.
Yep.
Because that's what he was on the back end of his New Japan run. It
And
was
the
like,
beginning of his AEW run.
yeah, it was like, okay, how long before that belt get put right back on him?
Mm-hmm.
How long before that IWGP fucking championship get put right back on him? And you started to see he got real complacent. And his wrestling got real complacent. Like Werner said, early AEW too. But like tonight, these are the performances I want to see out of Okada. We know Speedball Mike Bailey is going to give that level of work at all times because it don't matter if he wrestling on Collision. That's just how Speedball goes.
Yep.
But phenomenal match, cheat code. Werner, go ahead and give your take.
No, again, cheat code, phenomenal match. Again, B-Ball forced Okada to work. How many people can say that in AEW right now, outside of Kenny? Anyone? Anyone?
I ain't got nothing, Bray.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I think this. I can't wait to. You know what? This could be the start of a feud. Why not make this the start of a feud? And maybe take this to the 4-hour show in a couple of weeks.
Mm-hmm. I'm looking forward to that too. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, me too. Me too. And then, of course, what, a week after that, you got Mexico.
Oh man, sign me up, dude.
You know, the next what 3 months of AEW right now is looking to be phenomenal with venues, story, everything.
Wrestling,
Wrestling, ticket
actual wrestling.
prices.
Yeah.
Double E.
Oh, Robert, if you want somebody to take your money, WWE would have no problem.
Yeah. Alrighty, up next we have timeless Toni Storm taking on Mina Shirakawa for the women's title in a mini cheat code.
Yeah, I would say mini Chico. It at least got into second gear.
Yeah, and Toni Storm won with the Storm Zero.
Mm-hmm.
Post match, Storm helped Shirakawa up, and then they made out, and Daryl was happy.
Oh, I was so happy. Then she started kissing them thighs. I said, I understand. Mina,
yes, exactly.
I understand.
Yeah, me too.
I would understand.
Oh, by the way, Taz said it's Phoenix. Sometimes friends kiss. Shirakawa thanks Storm before leaving, and we get an official match graphic for Storm versus Mercedes at All In.
Yeah, I saw that in the arena. So now it feels like what's next for Mina? The women's division has a lot of question marks outside of the world title scene.
Yeah.
It is a lot of question marks floating around in the women's division. And I don't mean that in a negative way. I don't mean that in like, oh, the division is just that poorly booked that there's a ton of question marks. No, I mean that in a sense of like, now what? You got 7 weeks to build to All In, and you could easily fit 2-3 ladies matches on that card. So like, I'm curious to see what Tony Khan does with the women's division at this point. I'm very curious because there was a lot of chapters left open tonight. There was a lot of books that are open. So we'll see. We shall see.
I mean, you know, I'm wondering in the next 7 weeks, does Mercedes drop the TBS title?
It's a possibility, bro.
Because like, there's a lot of deserving women who should be champion right now.
So Werner, that's a good comment to make because I'm gonna tell you right now, there needs to be a shakeup.
Yeah.
In the women's division. Not a matter of fact, I'm gonna go a little bit lighter than a shakeup. It needs to be a minor shuffle. Like I think Chris Statlander needs to be like low main event, like low main event of the women's division. Like there needs to be a slight shuffle, especially with some new women coming in. There needs
Right.
to be a slight shuffle. At what part of the card will there be a shuffle? I don't know.
Yeah.
Because now I'm trying to figure out where's Mina gonna slide in, where's Thekla gonna slide in once she gets there. If Mariah May returns, where's she gonna slide in?
I'm surprised neither of those two showed up tonight.
Same. I think there's something bigger planned for at least Thekla.
I'm wondering if that's going to be at All In.
Yeah, I think Toni has something way bigger planned for Thekla. This is
Yeah.
honestly what he's doing with Thekla is probably what WWE should have did with Zarya.
Probably.
So we'll see what
Oh,
happens with that.
all righty. Up next, Justin Roberts decided to swear, and we have Anarchy in the Arena.
Boy, y'all
Team
rarely
AEW, Team
go ahead.
AEW versus Team Death Riders.
Y'all rarely see me do this on this show because I feel like I'm cheating y'all every time I do this. I'm going to say gigantic fucking cheat code. I'm going to say go watch this match.
Yep.
I am also going to say if you're expecting me to break this match down when this match literally exists for you to go watch, you are fucking kidding yourself. I am not going to break this down. If you saw it, you saw the same thing I saw.
Hmm.
And this came off, so I don't know how it came off on TV, but how this came off in the arena when bodies hit over that system in that arena.
Oh my God, I popped.
Dude, everybody, it was like a concert.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody in there was singing, dude. I felt like I was at 2300 Arena in 1997
Yes.
at an ECW show. I was in there
Yes.
losing my fucking mind. And then something happened during this match. I don't think it was caught on camera, but it was caught on, my personal cameras. So Swerve obviously knows of us. He rocks with us heavy. He comes up there with I can't remember which buck, but he comes up there. He locks eyes with me. I ain't gonna lie, I was hyped. I was already hyped from everything that was going on.
Right.
And man, he locks eyes with me, and he immediately walks over, and we slap each other's hands hard as shit. I slapped his hand probably a little harder.
Uh-huh.
And I'm gonna post a video, guys. It is to a point now where AEW can give you matches like this Anarchy in the Arena match.
Mm-hmm.
And to Tony Khan, this is probably just light work.
Yeah.
That was the scary part about this. This was light work to Tony Khan. Tony Khan could probably do something like this every week on Dynamite if he wanted to.
Mm-hmm.
But he wants to keep this type of stuff special. And special it was. Why was it special? Again, y'all saw the match. Everybody got a chance to shine. Everybody got a nasty spot in or a nasty bump in. This hit on all cylinders. Just like the Ricochet versus Mark Briscoe match, this hit on all cylinders. And then once the cylinders hit, the car took off going 300 miles per hour. And it was not going to stop. No one in this match had to work this match the way they did. But they did it for y'all. Kenny Omega could have phoned this in. Kenny Omega was actually MVP of the match for me.
Mm-hmm.
Because to me, he was the most active throughout this match. At least if you were watching in the arena. I didn't
Mm-hmm. No,
really
I
see him.
agree.
I didn't really see him take a break this whole match.
No.
But go ahead, Warner.
Oh God, there is so much in this match. One, I love Swerve's his Predator look.
Humble.
I would I would beg Warner Brothers to let him sell that helmet.
Homie, the
Because that
red
helmet was
lasers.
awesome.
The red lasers,
Yeah.
and then when the Tron came up and it was in the Predator, bro, I lost it.
Mm-hmm.
Then Kenny comes out as fucking Captain Omega, not America,
Yeah.
but Captain Omega, dude.
And then the funny thing, the Bucks coming out.
In Arizona as the founding fathers.
as the founding fathers.
Dude.
And then the flags were hilarious.
I'm going to tell you right now. It was at this point that drones and Fairwalkers knew they fucked up.
Yeah.
I think by this point of the show, if they were trying to find something wrong with this show, they couldn't.
No. There is so much awesome stuff in this match. Like, you know, even after all the baby faces came out and Swerve and Kenny were looking at each other and going, where's Joe? Like they were worried about where Joe was. Like that was great. That was great psychology in the match. You know? And then Toni deciding to be a troll and bringing back the Pointer Sisters.
Bro.
And the look on Swerve and Kenny's faces were just priceless.
And the crowd erupting. I was in the building. The crowd erupted. Nothing felt too much either, Werner. That was something else I liked. The intergender stuff fit in perfectly.
Yeah.
Nothing felt like too much. Nothing.
Hey, Daryl, you know what this was?
What's up?
This was fun. And you know what the best part was? Did you hear the fans chant for anything? Did you hear, we want tables? Nope. We want fire? Nope.
It was, I'm going to be honest. This was just in the building, though. It was a little group of fan walkers. Again, they were scattered throughout the arena. It was a little group that tried to get the we want tables thing started in the Ricochet versus Mark Briscoe match and this one. And it never got off the ground.
Yeah.
It never got off the ground. So the world is healing. The world is healing. Guys, if you wonder why I'm lost for words, it's not even just because I'm tired. I'm lost for words because this match screams, I care about the entertainment of my fans.
Yep.
From the wrestler's perspective, from Tony Khan's perspective, it just screamed, we want to give you the best show possible. And it delivered.
Mm-hmm.
And if you disagree, please let me know why you disagree. Even if you're watching on playback game, let me know why you disagree. Don't just say, oh, you disagree just because you want to be, contrarian. Why do you actually disagree? Because from what I was seeing on Twitter, none of y'all drones or fed walkers could come up with anything to hate on with this show. The only thing that y'all were trying to say was, I'm not watching that. I'm watching Battleground. And first of all, do y'all know how dumb y'all sound when y'all say that type of stuff?
Dude,
especially when Trick Williams is winning the TNA world title on these events.
So how long before TNA gets bought?
Dude, that clock keeps getting like faster and faster.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And you wonder why longtime TNA wrestlers keep leaving your company.
Yeah, you wonder why Josh Alexander said in an interview that like one of the reasons he didn't sign with WWE is because he was noticing a trend of all these WWE wrestlers were coming into TNA and they were picking up wins, but when it came time to give something back, guess what? WWE was like, oh man, I ain't got it. I can check my wallet, but I don't think I got it.
Yep.
But we called that, Werner. Did we not? We called that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we knew that was going to happen. But shouts out to Josh Alexander for signing with a pro wrestling promotion.
Yes.
I wish Julia would have did the same.
Oh, buddy.
Stephanie too.
Yeah.
But I do feel like Julia is more of a wrestler than Stephanie. Like Julia can actually fucking go. Stephanie
Yeah.
can too. But like I said earlier, Stephanie was just hitting her stride. Julia was already in her stride. So yeah,
Stephanie Stride will be gone by next year.
yeah. So to wrap this in a bow, Werner, give the result, and then I got one last comment on this.
Oh, boy.
Motherfucker, you want me to do it?
No. Strickland, Omega hit the one-winged angel on Matthew off the stage through a table that literally exploded as Strickland did the swerve stomp with Tax covered shoes onto Nicholas for the win. Strickland looked into the camera and stuck his tongue out, as you can see the staple Shafir put into him earlier.
And not just
Post-match.
and wait, not just any regular old tack shoes, his own custom
His
Reebok
own,
Answer
yeah.
3s. You know what I'm saying? Want to make sure to shout that out, man. So salute to that brother for getting these opportunities that he's getting. But go ahead with the post match thing, and then I'm getting my comment.
Post-match, Team Strickland stands tall in the ring and on all four corners, just as the sight of Briscoe alone, still wildly bloody from earlier in the night, was a sight to see.
So I saw one person in the comment section say this delivered and then some. I agree wholeheartedly. I agree 100%. And I'm just so happy that professional wrestling fans have a promotion that they can look to for when they want stuff like this.
Yeah.
At the end of the fucking day, I am just so happy that WWE won the battle, but they didn't win the war. Because if AEW doesn't exist, y'all don't get matches like this.
No.
Not out of WWE, you fucking not.
Mm-mm.
I don't even think TNA creatively could book something like this. Even before they were WWE adjacent. I don't even think GCW can do something like what we saw tonight. So I just want to say it is so dope that we get this. Y'all gonna look back on these words and be like, damn, bro, that was some profound shit. Because just not that long ago, Werner, we weren't getting this from anywhere.
No.
And now we get to enjoy stuff like this. Werner, we get to relive this and go back and watch this with fondness. If you have kids and I have kids, we can show our kids this match.
Yep.
And we can look back on it with a smile and go, man, I remember watching this live. This was really amazing. This is a match that you wouldn't mind sitting your kid down in front of the TV and going, son, watch this match. When is the last time WWE has given you that?
Attitude Era, probably.
That's what I appreciated the most about this. This match is going to be a lifelong memory for some young wrestling fan. And it doesn't involve, wait, real quick, and it doesn't involve dumb catchphrases and sing-alongs. Go ahead.
No, I got to believe this is the greatest Anarchy in the Arena / Stadium Stampede match of all time.
Absolutely.
Until they want to prove me wrong. Which, who knows, it might be next year. Alrighty, up next.
What the fuck was that dramatic pause for? The fuck, stop doing that
it's
shit.
It's 4:30 in the morning. Up next, it's Paragon, which consists of the TNT champion Adam Cole, baby, Roderick Strong, and Kyle O'Reilly versus the Don Callis family, Kyle Fletcher, Takeshita, and Josh Alexander, with Don Callis and Lance Archer at their side. Mini cheat code?
You know what's so crazy about this match, dog? The wrestling was so good on this show up until this point that a match that was this good was considered a cool down match.
Yeah.
Warner, this would have been the best match on a WWE card.
Oh, easily. Easily.
This would have been the best match on a WWE card. They would have called this a match of the year candidate if this happened in WWE.
Mm-hmm.
And this was a cool down match on an AEW card. That's all I really have to say about
it. If this happened in WWE, we wouldn't hear the end of it.
Yeah. Oh
From
yeah.
drones.
If this was Undisputed Era going against the Paul Heyman family.
Yeah.
Oh my God, bro.
Yeah.
That
never
speaks
hear
volumes.
The end of it.
That speaks volumes as to how good this fucking card was.
Yeah.
That a match with the cast and crew of Adam Cole, Roderick Strong, Kyle O'Reilly, Josh Alexander, Takeshita, and Kyle Fletcher was a cool down match.
Mm-hmm.
That's what makes me say the sky's the limit for fucking AEW, bro.
Yeah.
It's stuff like this that makes me say sky's the limit for AEW. If Tony Khan keeps building up his wrestlers to the point of where this is a cool down match, could you fucking imagine what this is going to look, what AEW is going to look like 5 years from now?
Heck, I'm curious what's going to happen in the next 12 months.
Like, dude, I said 5 years because that's when a lot of these young guys he's building up are going to start reaching their primes, like Kyle Fletcher.
Right.
Like, it's insane, bro. It's insane. I'm running out of words just on the basis of how fucking insane it is.
Mm-hmm.
Warren, I got nothing else, bro. Just go ahead and give your thoughts.
You know, I loved this match because everybody got their stuff in. This felt more like a showcase match than anything, even though it was a cool down match. Everybody got their shit in. Everyone looked good. Everybody, everybody did everything. Like this, nothing catastrophic happened in this match to where you're like, oh God, this is a WWE thing. No, this worked. And the fact that this was the cool down match, dear Lord.
Yeah, Kyra's Objective said in the comment section, this was a flex.
Yeah. So by the time we get to All In, does that mean we're not going to have a cool down match? Are we just going to have to be up here the entire time? Because that's going to be nuts.
Dude, I had to come down from Anarchy at the Arena.
Well, yeah, I know.
Like, it took me, like, bro, it didn't really hit me until, like, minute 2 of the main event that I was like, oh, my God, that match is over. Like, I wanted to live in that match for the rest of the night, but I'm like, wait, there's 2 more matches.
Right.
That's a flex.
Yeah, I remember when the graphic came on, I'm like, wait a minute, what, this match?
Bro,
I forgot about this match.
That is the ultimate flex.
Yeah.
That you left people on so high of a wrestling high that they forgot that there was 2 other matches left on the damn card.
Yeah.
You remember in the days before AEW existed where people would forget what matches were on a WrestleMania card just because the card was that long and boring? And you'd be like, oh, damn, I forgot about this one.
Yeah.
I forgot about the other 2 matches just on the basis of how great the previous matches were.
Right.
Damn near anything on this card could have main evented. Notice I ain't say everything.
It's well, yeah, but I mean, it's spooky that 90% of this card could have main evented. Alrighty, post match, Lance Archer and Roppongi Vice joined their crew by attacking the Paragon and standing tall until Brody King walks out with our sexual lord and savior, Tomohiro Ishii,
We have been delivered.
and they wait.
Mhm.
Huh?
I said we have
And
been
they,
delivered.
that's right. And they wait as the ace, Hiroshi Tanahashi, shows up and his music hits and joins the party with him doing Matt Hardy hips.
That was a huge surprise.
That was a huge surprise.
Like nobody even knew he was there. Like that didn't even get leaked in the dirt sheets.
Mm-mm. The fight was on, and we get holy shit chants for Tanahashi as Fletcher was the last man standing, suffering a sling blade before Cole lowered the boom.
Yep. Let's keep it moving.
Oh boy! All right, we are told Kenny Omega.
Kenny Omega. Kenny Omega. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are watching this late, remember that in every moment in life when you are down in the gutter and you are thinking life could get no worse, that there's a white man from Michigan that just said live on camera that'll live forever. Kenny Omega. God damn, Werner. How? How? Kenny Omega? Really? I, Werner, I'm gonna take you to the Mayo Clinic. All right.
Okay.
Wow.
I
Okay.
might need to go there. All right, so hold on. We are told that Kenny Omega will defend the AEW International title at Fyter Fest June 4th in the 4-hour broadcast. The qualifying matches will be this week on Dynamite and Collision. We got Brody King versus Josh Alexander on Dynamite. Holy shit.
Mm-hmm.
We got Masque Dorada versus Hechicero on Collision. And we also have Claudio Castagnoli versus Commander on Collision.
Sign me up.
I can't wait. Oh boy. Main event time. Will Ospreay versus Hangman Adam Page in the finals of the men's Owen Hart Foundation tournament. Motherfucking cheat code.
Werner, I'm about to piss these people off again. I can't believe this. I'm gonna use the same rules I use for Ricochet versus Mark Briscoe and Anarchy in the Arena. It had everything. What more could you ask for? The psychology in this match was on 500.
Yes.
Cheat code, cheat code, cheat code. Fuck you if you think I'm gonna break this damn match down. Get your lazy ass on whatever streaming platform you bought this on and watch this.
Yes. Because replays are free.
I refuse to let artwork in pro wrestling form be relegated to mere words. Go watch this match. Do yourself a service. This is for the playback game. What I'm saying is for the playback game. Because all the people that are in here live, y'all saw it.
Mm-hmm.
Me breaking this down would not do it justice. Go watch this match. If you have been following these two men's journey since they've both gotten to AEW, everything that they have been through, character-wise, was addressed in the ring. Werner, oops, that can't happen. That can't happen. All of the character issues that Hangman went through these past couple years and Will Ospreay went through, all played out in the form, matter of fact, let me correct myself, in the art form known as professional wrestling. And it was beautiful. It was like watching Picasso.
Yeah.
The moral confliction in even in their entrances. If you were paying attention to even their entrances,
Mm-hmm.
them adding the sound bites of Will Ospreay talking about what this match means to him in his entrance, fire. Hangman walking out there, and as the lights come up, The trail that was behind him is burning with fire.
Yep.
If you didn't get that one and you didn't catch that one, yeah, that also has a play on Swerve's house, no pun intended. But that also is a play on what he feels like he left behind him.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing that would have made Hangman's entrance better is if I would have heard over the loudspeakers. Dun, 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 dun.
Mm-hmm.
Dun, 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 dun. That would have been the only thing that would have made that better. Ladies and gentlemen, this was artwork. This was a masterpiece painted by two of the best in the business right now. And that's all I got. Warner, go ahead.
Yeah. No, I don't know. I mean, dear Lord. I knew Will was on another level, but Hangman, holy crap, he really showed out tonight. Wow. This match was just wow. Go watch it. Go watch it again. Go watch it 3 times over. Just wow. You will never see anything like this on the industry standard.
Mm-mm.
Ever.
Mm-mm.
Ever.
Mm-mm. And if Dave Meltzer gives this anything less than a 5 to appease the drones, I'm gonna block him. I'm dead ass. I'm going to block
I
him.
think I'm pretty sure he's gone to dronedom.
Warren, I'm making a promise to the viewers. Like, I hear you.
Yeah.
I'm making a promise to the viewers because our integrity does not come at a cost.
Right.
If Dave Meltzer refuses to give this a 5 in
Or
order
more.
to tickle the fancy of the drones, I'm blocking Dave Meltzer. Y'all will never hear me defend him ever again. And if there's anything people want to know about me in real life, I'm a man of my word.
Mm-hmm.
That will be the last time you ever even hear a Meltzer mention on anything Covalent TV related. Because this was an absolute classic masterpiece from start to fucking finish, even down to the entrances. So Meltzer, boy, you better do the right thing.
Yeah.
You better do the right thing, homie. Because otherwise you're risking your credibility. And I think a lot of people in the industry that aren't biased are going to disassociate themselves from you.
Mm-hmm.
So you need to play this. You need to play this the right way, Meltzer. You need to play this the right way, bro. Yeah, Ospreay doing the V trigger. Hangman doing a JML driver. Dude, there was so much, my voice is going. There was so much excellent psychology and callbacks in this matchup that if you didn't notice them, it's because you weren't trying to and you weren't watching the product. This was very easy to follow.
And this match was very story driven. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
I said another I said the bad word again.
And ultimately, and then I want to say this, and then we gotta get off this train. I'm gonna say this ultimately. They rewarded the fan. If you went through, and it's not any trouble, but if you went through the process of keeping up with this storyline and keeping up with these two guys' character arcs, this was your reward. WWE is trained to condition wrestling fans to not wait for a reward. They trained their fans to wait for instant gratification that never comes. And by the time it does come, they got to fake like they care about it, Cody.
Yep.
But Tony Khan takes you on a journey with a specific set of wrestlers. And then when he wraps it all into a bow, you feel rewarded for your viewership. This is also something you cannot get anywhere else right now.
No.
TNA fans, if you're a diehard TNA fan, how did TNA just reward you for your long-lasting viewership? One of the crazy parts is I'm not even laughing. I'm dead serious.
No, I know you are.
If you are a diehard loyal TNA fan, how did they just reward your viewership? If you know the answer to that question, stop watching that shit. Stop watching that corporate greed slop known as World Wrestling Entertainment and watch something that is actually going to reward you for you sitting down and dedicating 2 hours to watch Dynamite, 2 hours to watch Collision every week. Stop wasting your time. It's not only just the alternative is out there, the better product is out there. If you're still choosing to not embrace the better product, don't complain when you get fucked over and you get price gouged and WWE continues to shit on your chest like a fucking Instagram model in Dubai.
Right.
Remember I said it, because guys, if anything happened to me whatsoever, I want y'all to remember this shit I'm saying right now. Because no other podcast, no other person that is in this community is going to tell you that. They're going to stop just short of saying what I'm saying. They're going to be like, well, yeah, but you know, WWE from time to time, they have great wrestling. They're gonna make up some shit to keep the drones from attacking them. I don't give a fuck about that. There's nothing for you on the WWE side.
No.
Let's go to ratings. 9.9.
Mm-hmm.
The stuff that should have held this show back massively couldn't even prosper because the rest of the show was just that fucking great. So like the Daniel Garcia, the first half of the Hurt Syndicate match couldn't hold this pay-per-view back enough from being what it was, greatness. So 9.9, moment of the night. I'm a cheat again, and I know y'all hate when I do this. I'm a cheat again though, except for the two things I just said. The whole card, buy-in included.
Yeah. I'm with you. 9.9, the entire card except for the Daniel Garcia and Rich Syndicate thing. I mean, this was a phenomenal show that you can build on and move towards, you know, All In and the 4-hour show of Fighter Fest and Mexico.
And Tony, just like we've been saying all 2025, the ball is in your hands, homie.
Yeah.
You had a foundation setting show tonight, dude. Now the ball is in your hands. What you gonna do with this momentum? Because every bit of momentum you gain after this show, it's gonna inch you closer to people switching over to watching your product. If you keep going at the rate you're going, the new eyes are gonna come, bro.
Mm-hmm.
So it's up to you. I'm gonna read a couple ratings and then I gotta get going, y'all. Crowd's Objective gave a flat 9. Mo said 9.7. Moment of the Night, Anarchy in the Arena. Mr. Mayhem came through with a 9.5. Said Moment of the Night, Jamie Hayter versus Mercedes Monet. I said Mercedes. Miguel said 9.9. Moment of the Night, Mercedes versus Jamie Hayter. 3 hours, 20 minutes, and 16 seconds of wrestling on Double or Nothing, including buy-in. That's what it's supposed to be.
Mm-hmm.
If this was a WWE show, half of that would have been ads.
Yep.
But it's on network television.
Yeah, WWE fans.
Ads.
Dude, WWE fans hate when you call out real statistics surrounding
Mm-hmm.
WWE. Like, dude, they were, oh my God, when people were pulling out the amount of ads and how much time that took off of Saturday night's main event, oh God, they were rebelling against the internet. It was insane. Robert said 9.9, got to give it to the whole show minus the Daniel Garcia stuff, no doubt about it. Lee said, our host 10 plus, the pay per view 9.5, Moment of the Night, Anarchy in the Arena. And then some. Hopefully, we get this pay per view again next year, and I can say hello to you again, Daryl. Well, appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you so much. All right. Well, clear the air. guys, again, pray for my safe travels. Pray for God to clear the air so I can get back safely. Okay, that's all I got. Go ahead, one.
Safe travels, and everybody go to bed, get some sleep.
Hell yeah, because I'm gonna do that as soon as I get on this plane and as soon as I get home. All
Mm-hmm.
right. So much love, man. I hope we rock this out enough for y'all, man. Sorry if it did come off low energy. Again, I'm running on 3 hours sleep. I've been working hard as fuck, but it's been for y'all, so I don't really care. I'm not complaining. All right, man. But it's time to get the fuck up out of here, y'all. So therefore, going once, going twice, and so to the man with the praise in his ass. So sign off yet again. It's the epitome of black excellence, the king of dimes, just your boy, Mr. Starks.
Beacon of Hope Worldwide, the Messiah, Semi Cute Sixes, and the internal pessimist, Big Dub.
Peace out, y'all.
See you Monday, maybe.
Today is Monday.
Yet. See you later.